Hi friends, welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Danielle and I cover knit and crochet. So today I wanted to share everything I made in March, all my finished projects. So that is amigurumi, crochet, as well as a bunch of knit wearables. I got super into knitting this month and I had some test knits, so I just wanted to go over everything, share what I liked, and I'll of course have all the pattern links in the description if you want to check them out. So let's get into it. Alright, so before we start, I just wanted to acknowledge that I know I don't have the most aesthetic background, and thank you for everyone who's been sticking around through these videos while it's kind of looked like that. We did have some electrical issues and we fixed the drywall, rather my husband did, but we still didn't get around to painting it yet. I do have plans to make it a really nice backdrop for you guys. I have some posters I ordered and those will be coming in soon, so stick around if you want to see that glow up and subscribe so you get notified when my next video goes up. Hopefully it'll have that decoration. And just a quick reminder, I'll leave links to all the patterns in the description box. You can check them out for yourselves, click around, see what you might want to make yourself. As I said, there's a mix of knit and crochet. And in terms of where I source the patterns from, some of them I designed myself, and so those I did soft launch in Etsy recently. And so I've got some of the patterns, actually I think of the items I designed, each of these patterns are on the Etsy, so you could go ahead and check that out right now. But I'll be continuously updating the Etsy with more and more patterns and even shippable completed items for purchase soon. And I'll have a grand opening, so you can follow my Instagram if you want to stay tuned on when that happens. I'll have a discount code for the grand opening as well, so that'll be awesome. And then I also have some test knits that I did for, I think there's 2 test knits here, and the other ones were either free or purchase patterns, so that's where I source the patterns from. So let's go ahead and I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to start from wherever and try to mix in the knit and crochet as I go. So let me just pick one to start with and we'll get into it. Alright, so this first one I'm going to start with is a test knit that I did for Rosie Posy Knit Co. And it was part of their National Parks collection. So their collection that they released is a knitting collection pattern themed around the national parks, of course. So you can tell there's mountains, there's some separated knit stitches that are meant to be stars, I think. There's trees. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can see the floats in the back. Yeah, so these are national park. And there's the cowl, which is what this is. There's also a headband and a hat, so it's a really great pattern set, and they also donated a portion of the proceeds to the National Parks Foundation, which was really great. I won't put this on because I've got the microphone on right now, but I do have some shots of me modeling it that I'll put to the side over here so you can see. This was a really fun knit. I made this in Malabrigo Rios, and this is Comparsita and whole grain. So if you want to kind of get the same look, that's what this one is right here. And yeah, this was a fantastic test knit, and I had a lot of fun. You know, carrying the floats can be a little bit tedious sometimes if you're not used to color work, but I think it came out great. I want to mention too, I haven't blocked anything here, so if it looks a little bit wonky, it hasn't been blocked. So just keep that in mind. This next one is a little blueberry that I designed, so this pattern is by me. And this little cute guy is made using Premier Parfait Chunky. Yeah, just really quick to work up, little squishy amigurumi stress toy, anxiety assistance toy, whatever you want to call it. He's a little bit too big to fit in a pocket, but he's absolutely adorable. He's got embroidered eye detailing and blush. So yeah, this was a really fun pattern to make, and so I made a couple of them just to kind of figure out the details and also record a video that'll be coming soon. For this little guy, and the pattern for this one is on my Etsy if you wanted to check this out as well. And now I have another knitting one. This one is, oh, you can't see it so well with this lighting. This is the Marled Alaska Cowl by Sundaughter Knits, and it is a really pretty, you've got some ribbing that does decreases. I think I did finish the neck a little bit tight on this one on the bind off. So it starts much wider. You can see it stretches a bit, but yeah, wider on the top and then narrows, wider on the bottom, narrows towards the top rather. So I made this one in, I think it might have been a local Seattle brand, Studio Q Nora collection, which is a superwash merino wool. And yeah, this one was really fun to make. Very nice design, straightforward. And yeah, I think this one does fit a little bit tight on me, so yeah, I may suggest this as more like children's cowl. Maybe I'll donate it. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, just a little bit tight. That's my fault. That's my mistake. I don't blame the pattern for that. Just to clarify. But yeah, this was fun to make, and I think the color is really nice. I think the color was Expressive Plum. Yeah, really, really pretty. It comes off a little brown maybe on the camera, but it's like a deep plum brown purple sort of situation. So that's that one. And then I have another crochet one. This one is actually, I made it because I wanted to originally cover the, perhaps cover the pieces of drywall that are unpainted with some hanging crochet decoration. So this is just crochet hanging decoration. There would be a wooden rod or dowel that goes across, and it would be wrapped around to hang it. So that was the idea of this one. This is a pattern that I found online for free. I don't remember off the top of my head, so I will link it and put it on the screen so you can see it. But yeah, I think this came out really nice. It was a bit small to cover for my purpose. As I put it up against the unpainted drywall, it was just a little bit too small anyways. So I think the posters will look really gorgeous. Maybe I'll hang this off to the side or between the posters, I'm not sure yet, but yeah, so that's what this one is. It's got some really nice bubbling, or I can't remember if those are puff stitches or what they were in the middle, or bobble, but yeah, it's essentially reversible, but of course the bobbles will stick out more on one side than the other. So yeah, that is this little hanging piece here. Yeah, fun to crochet, and I made this in Line Brand 24/7 cotton, so a nice durable cotton, and I thought the color would just go nicely against the wall, nice neutral. So that's this one. My next, whoops, here. My next one is the Breather Shawl by Telly Bean Knits. So this is another dark one, but you can see it's a triangular shawl. And I made this in 29 Bridges Bloom DK, yeah, which is a non-superwash wool. And so I'll put close-ups, but you can see there's some nice edge detail on this one. Oh, maybe that's a little bit better in the light there. But yeah, this was a fun knit too. I thought it would be more relaxing than it was, just because you do have to keep count as you're doing the decrease increase. But I will say, if you need to use up a skein of yarn, you can weigh it halfway and just be done with the skein. It's a great way to use up a skein of yarn. So yeah, and I think it is really cute wearing. So I think this is a great functional piece. I will say the non-superwash, I haven't made a lot with it. And so I know this will be a little bit more hands-on to take care of. So there is that. So I'm not exactly sure how much I'll wear it, but yeah, finished knit, and it looks great. And then for St. Patrick's Day, I did do a pattern for some shamrocks. So these are my pattern. It is a shamrock or a clover, and this is using Premier Parfait Chunky. So this one is the new color Goblin that they released recently, and this is, I think, lime green, something like that. Yeah, I think they both look pretty good. I made a couple because I was trying out the pattern as I was writing it, and this is also published on my Etsy. So if you wanted to check that out, this is there as well. Yeah, just nice little St. Patrick's Day themed crochet. So if you like crochet amigurumi for seasonal stuff, that'll be up on my Etsy. Yeah, so that's this one. And the next one I did was my second test knit for North Road Knits, and this is their Simple Twisted Headband. Here is the first one I made. I made a few, I'll show you in a second, but yeah, I think this would be absolutely gorgeous. It's neutral, but also says fall, you know, a little bit with the reds and the oranges and the yellow. So I love the color on this one, and it fits great. I'll go ahead and put it on there. Yeah, I had a lot of fun making this. It's super easy to make in terms of the pattern. It's very meditative. So yeah, go ahead and check the pattern out. Oof. On their Etsy, Ravelry, or website. Super fun. So this was Malabrigo Rios, and I made, just to show you, these are all the Malabrigo ones I made. I won't go through the colors, but I know this one was Siri. And then I made Pines and Aguas. I don't honestly remember which one is which of the greens. And I think this one is whole grain. I guess I do know the colors, so there are some of the colors anyways. And then I also made it in Karen Simply Soft. So if you're looking for, this is of course wool, and this is I think acrylic, but cheaper of course. So I used some of their variegated yarn for this as well. It came out pretty nice. I'll just hold those up as well. It came out a nice marble design almost. That's that one. And then I also did this peachy color. These color names I actually don't remember, so that's this one here. And these are all, yeah, Karen Simply Soft. And then the solids is like a blue and a purple. And yeah, super fun to knit. Very straightforward and easy beginner pattern. I'd recommend that for sure. So that was a fun test knit. I enjoyed doing that one as well. Okay, so I've got two left. They're both knitting, and they're some of my bigger projects for the month. I will say I did travel a little bit in March, so I didn't complete as much as I hoped to. Specifically, I hope to crochet a little bit more. But I did a lot of traveling. Well, I did some traveling, and then I also started up my Etsy shop. So there was a bunch of different things I had going on that kind of took priority and took some time. But the next one that I made was this cowl. I guess I did a lot of cowls in March. So this is the Flora Cowl by Rachel Kieselberg. And I made this in 29 bridges, that same non-superwash Bloom DK. So it's got a very pretty floral design, and again, some color work going on. So the floats. Yeah, this was fun to make, and I think it does turn out very nicely. Again, I have the same comment about the non-superwash. I don't know if I'll wear it as much, or if I'll donate this, or what I'll do with it, sell it, whatever. But yeah, this was fun to make for sure. Needs to be blocked. Again, I'll just say that. I know there's some some stitches that could use some help. But yeah, this was really fun to make. And yeah, a good pattern. I'd recommend it. Very easy to understand. I picked up that pattern as a physical copy while I was in one of the Seattle stores. So yeah, that's this cowl. And the final and biggest project that I completed in March was this sleeveless top. This was my first time knitting a shirt or a top or whatever you want to call it. I haven't done sweaters or anything before. I've always been very intimidated. So this was my first time completing a shirt, a wearable shirt object. And so this is the sleeveless top. It's just called the sleeveless top by Lion Brand Yarn. And this is their knit version. I think they probably do have a crochet one as well. So this is the back. There's nothing that different about the front versus the back. It is a bit lower in the front, you can see. That's the front. So I have some modeling shots I took of this one as I wore it out. So of course they recommend Lion Brand yarn, but I actually made this using Premier. They have a cotton speckle, something like that, in the color Camping. So that's what I used here. It is a different gauge and a different weight of yarn. So I think I made this a little bit big. I opted to make the extra large size, thinking, it might shrink since it's cotton, and also due to the weight and the difference in the gauge. But I think I went a little bit too far in the oversizing direction, which was, to be fair, my intention, because if I were to make a piece and have it be too small, I'd be quite sad. I'd rather it be bigger so I could at least wear it still. So that's how it ended up. It's not terribly big. So yeah, that's how this one turned out. Yeah, very proud of this one. And I have another knit tank top in the works, and I'm going to start a sweater soon. I have the pattern purchased. I was going to do, where'd it go? It's one of the petite knit patterns. I think it was the October or the Monday sweater. I don't remember for sure, but yeah, I was gonna make one of those as my next, after the next tank top, as my first sweater. Yeah, so that's really exciting. So that's all of the knitting and crochet projects I finished in March. Thank you for coming along on this journey. Again, I'll have all the patterns linked in the description if you want to check them out yourself. And yeah, I had a really good mix of patterns this month. Knit and crochet, amigurumi, wearables, a wall decoration, a top. Yeah, I just I've ventured out a little bit and I've tried some new things in March. So I'm really proud of that. And yeah, I had a lot going on in March. I launched my Etsy, the soft launch, and I had some travel going on. So it was definitely a busy month, and it was also my birthday month. So yeah, a lot going on. But I think I did complete a decent number of projects. So yeah, I'm very satisfied with that. And yeah, I guess I'll do the next one of these in April. Let me know if you're interested in me continuing this series. This is new for me. I haven't done this one before, but I think it's kind of fun sharing everything I've made. And I don't know, you can see if you like anything or if you have any recommendations or for new patterns, things like that. I really appreciate it. So leave a comment if you have any recommendations or thoughts on the patterns you saw today. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Have a great day.